Yay, we're live. Welcome, 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 everyone. Almost made it exactly on time. Lo and behold, Facebook has changed again. Welcome, everyone. This is Tammy Lee with the Emerald Compass and the Emerald Compass Sisters. Wow, I'm tongue-tied. The Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood. Hello, everyone. I'm Tammy Lee. For those of you that are new to me, I am a highly intuitive facilitator of transformation and healing experience in a multidimensional ways from A to Z. There is nothing that I won't go look at for you. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Ooh, today, Wednesday, the last day of September. Can you believe that already? Wow, it is, right? I'm just like, right? There's only 30 days in September. I'm just checking it out. Yeah, that was right. So welcome, everyone. Before we get started today, I want to encourage you to bring your comments. Like if you have comments or questions or thoughts, and if there even something that, not sure if I should ask this, not sure if Tammy would be upset. Like, oh, Tammy, I don't agree with that. Or, well, did you think about it like this? I love to hear that, because this show, this isn't about me. This is about you and how we can make shift happen in our lives, in our hearts, in our bodies. You know, we have different bodies. It's not just our physical one. We have emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. And we also have this etheric body, the energy around us. Some call it our aura, but it's even bigger than that. That could be where it starts, is like the energy around us. It's just like an outline of us. And there's energy in there too. And I want to help you. I'm here to assist and guide all of us. Do you know that when you make a comment, when you bring your stuff forward, not only is it allowing you to have this movement of energy as you speak, as you share within you, you never know who you're going to touch with your words. You never know how you can even help to facilitate an underlying change, a shift that's wanting to happen during our time together. So I wanted to share that with you before we actually got started. And if I'm on like if I'm saying something and you have a thought that is totally off topic, don't let that stop you either. Because that thought came to you for a reason. Because I'm asking for you to share. And maybe what you're going to share is a different way that we're supposed to go, a different trajectory that wants us to say, hey, come over here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I just grabbed my phone because I realized it was on. So I encourage you all, put your phones on silent. I'm turning mine off, because this time right now is for you. It's for us as we gather together in this sacred space. And that's what I really, truly feel this is. This 1 hour a week that we gather together in this sacred space. So with that said, let's just take a deep breath. And feel that breath just cascade throughout your whole body. And on those exhales, yes, again, and on those exhales, just allow all things from this morning to melt away. To melt away. And allow this time to be for you as we come together. You know, one of the things I wanted to share today to bring forth is how important language is. As I was working with a client the other day, the importance of language really came up. And then also the importance of justifying ourselves, justifying of why we are who we are. And if you do that, with your family, with your money, with when you want to invest in something, when you want to do something for yourself, like ladies, go get a massage, buy a new blouse. Do you feel like you have to justify the reason behind it? Go to a training. I used to do that. A lot. Never really realized that. Or like this is revisiting me again of how I would justify the why I was investing in me. And I used to say spending, why I would spend, and changing that word to investment really helped. So where at in your life do you justify? Or do you even justify other people's actions or reactions, which is actually making an excuse for them and actually can hinder the growth of that person and actually can put us into the area of enabling others for staying where they're at, for acting how they're acting. When we justify, it actually can keep us stuck. It's really, when we justify the actions of ourselves, oh, well, but you hurt me. Oh, well, just all these excuses we make when we go into justification of why we did something, why we want to do something. And we actually make ourselves a victim. We put ourselves into a victim role. We put those other people that we justify their actions or their behavior or even their non-action. We can actually put other people and ourselves into a victim role. What are some of the ways that you justify? What are some of the ways that you use this justification of being in a relationship or talking with another person or even yourself. So let's use an example. There was one time where I wanted to go to a training, and I wanted to go to a training years ago. Okay, and it was a lot of money. But I knew something inside of me said, you got to go. And I put it on a credit card. It's like I knew I had to go. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. And I didn't have the funds to pay that credit card off on time. So I knew it would have to be, and I didn't tell my husband, it's just like something that happened so fast. But I just knew I had to be there, and I did not understand why. And this is actually back in 2003. Yeah. And wow, I haven't thought about this for a long time. And that's what wanted to come forth. So I went ahead, and I'm scared. I'm even shaking as I gave them my credit card. And that's when I used to say, oh, I'm spending too much. Well, shifting that into saying I'm investing this, because I'm investing in me, was a huge realization for me. And that's how I look at things now. And at that training, which it ended up being for multiple trainings, literally gave me a part of my life back. I had no idea. I didn't even know what I was getting into. And it literally gave me back my voice. This was, 2003. So how long ago would that be? 17 years. And it exponentially gave me back my voice, my wings, just exponentially set me on fire. I know that I would not be who I am today without that training, without that experience. Let's use that word, without that experience. And some of those people that I met in that training are still friends with me today. We're still friends today. And it catapulted me in my life. And it also broke free the unknown things, the unconscious things that were holding me prisoner. And at first, as I'm handing this credit card over, I was so scared. I can't tell you how scared I was. Yes, I was justifying it. And which actually puts a lid on yourself when we justify things. And that lid was blown off in this training. It was over 5 days. It's up in Canada. And it was just like, and that was the beginning of exponential growth within me, around me, uncovering things. And I don't know who I would be today. I would not be this amazingness that I am. I'm really feeling that right now. And so I just want to share with you, like, where do you justify things? Where do you justify of, and is there a squeakiness like as you want to invest in yourself, as you want to, like right now we're looking for a new vehicle. We got our feelers out. And at first we had like a certain amount, and even justifying that. And then as we're looking, it's like, oh man, we haven't bought a new vehicle in years, because we drive ours until like my car's got almost 300,000 miles on her. And we're just due. We're due for a new vehicle. And even as a process of going through this process of, I'm realizing I'm justifying it again. And I had a really good friend that said, you're worthy of having new things, Tammy. Like, you deserve to have a vehicle that you fully can trust and feel safe in, that you can just jump and go and drive across the country if you want to. And it took this friend to help me to see how I was justifying that again. Yes, you're deserving. You can be. You do deserve. And I didn't realize I was holding myself a little bit of a prisoner with that. And so I went to my husband. I'm like, we're going to have to double our amount. And he's like, yeah, I've been thinking about that too. If it's really something we want to like be so confident in, that we can jump in and go. It's even bringing up some emotion, because we really do deserve that. You deserve that. How many times do you see how justification can be even linked to not being worthy of? How many times? Wow, I did not realize that emotion was there. Thank you for showing me this. How many times do we cut back or not get, not purchase something because we don't think we're, and this is an underlying thought, we don't think that we're worthy of having it. So this has been a process that I've been working through and working with. Wow, there's a lot of emotion coming up with that. So see, right now I'm being with the emotion. Inside of me, I'm saying, thank you for showing me thank you for showing me. Like emotion, thank you for coming forth. I mean, I'm feeling a little shaky. To sharing this process with you is we require to feel this emotion. I remember when, I think it was 2007, I think we've had it, probably 2011-ish, when we had to buy our new truck for farm. We got a 1-ton dually crew cab that we require. And I still remember sitting at the dining room table with the figures of what do we bring in monthly? How are we going to pay for this truck? And I'm crying. I'm crying at the table. And my husband's like, why are you crying? I'm like, because this is going to be tight. This is going to be so tight. And we had an incredible opportunity to buy this. Incredible opportunity that came along. Test drove it. Even got like a fantastic family deal at a local dealer. Like it's a no-brainer, but it was like, and we had to, and it was like, I don't know how we're going to do this. And I'm crying, and Tim asked me, what are you crying about? I'm like, because I can already feel the stress. I can already feel the stress. And I point blank said, and you're not fun to live with when we're under stress, especially financially. And he just looked at me and he says, we can do it. And yes, we purchased it. And it's been one of the best vehicles that we've ever had. But I was sitting there and I was justifying everything, like trying to figure out how we could afford it. And then with Tim saying that and me shifting my thought process to, this is an investment with our farm. It's like something opened up inside of me. The spiral I was going into, I was lifted out of. When we can shift our thoughts, the trajectory of where we just took ourselves can end like that. We can be brought out like that. Our language is so important. Our language is so important. Our language that we use is vital in every aspect of our lives. If you can see how that the story I just shared of the truck. So the language in my head actually took me into some fear. So it's affecting me emotionally, mentally, physically, which also took me out of spiritually because there was no trust for a little bit of that time. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not just the language we speak. It's also the language we have within our heads, within our minds, that we're saying to ourselves that can take us on this never-ending spiral down. So let me know if this is resonating with you. This is actually going places where I was not expecting. I'm sharing stories that I did not even expect I was going to share. So let me know. Please type into the chat here. Let me know if this is resonating with you. The language that we use, it's not just what we say, it's what we have within our mind that we're saying to ourselves. That can take us into a downward spiral, that can take us out of the game of life. Does that resonate with you? I'd like to know. It feels like somebody's in a spiral right now. And that's part of the reason why I'm being guided to go in this area. So what are you saying to yourself right now? Sometimes people beat themselves up for where they're at in life. How did I get here? What brought me here? What language are you using? What language are you using in your head right now, women? Can you just be okay with yourselves? Wow, I am feeling so much emotion right now. And I know this is not all mine. There's a lot of emotion coming up with this subject. What are those questions I just asked? It's bringing up a lot of emotion. Are you in a spiral right now of going down? Is it because of the language you're using with yourself, or a thought? Like, is it a thought that pops in? I'm not good enough. And it just pops in and it just takes you out like that. That I'm not good enough, or I'm too stupid, or how did I get here? That energy of I'm not good enough. That's usually where we end up going. Why did I say this? Why didn't I do that? It all relates to this. What is the language you're saying to yourself? What is the language that you're verbalizing? What are the words that are within you? Are they going, or are they lifting you up? This is a gentle reminder today for all of us, me included. I'm sharing this for a reason. It's coming forth. This is just not all me. And there is a lot of emotion right now as I'm sharing this, because there's women out there that are in a downward spiral because of the language they have in their heads. And sometimes it's not even something we purposely say to ourselves. It's just that automatic thought that comes in. Boom. And what do we do with those thoughts? What do we do with those thoughts once we recognize them? Do any of you have a certain practice or a certain, like, oh, I caught it? Or do you allow it to just keep percolating and festering? What do you do when you get there? Would you think about that? You just sit and wallow in it? I used to do that. I would cry for hours, be depressed for days. Now, because those still come to me. Those still come to me. And I ask, are those thoughts actually mine? Sometimes I don't catch myself right away. Sometimes I don't even know that they're there until I have talked to a mentor and they help me realize it. Mm-hmm. Are you in comparing mode? Is that also how sometimes these thoughts that can take us in a downward spiral? Are you comparing yourself? I'm just like, and then when you realize it, you're like, sometimes I just crack myself up laughing, like, oh my gosh, Tammy, you got here again, girl. And then because of the practices I do. And when I don't know, it's like, okay, so one of the practices I do is I reach out. Do you have those certain people that will not pacify you, but that will help you to see this? Do you have at least a set of 3? That way, if one's not available, you can call on the next one. And sometimes we've got to call on all 3 because we've been down too long. But if these thoughts are reoccurring, are you looking at them and asking yourself, why? Why do I continue to have it? Why do I continue to have it? Is it something that's stuck? Is it something that we've heard in our lifetime that hasn't been cleared, that is still there, that maybe a parent, and maybe it's not from this lifetime, maybe it's from another, that maybe a parent said to us, drilled it into us so much that it's unconscious. When I yawn, that means energy's moving. So when you see me yawn on these, or when you work with me, and I tell my clients this all the time, I'm not bored. I'm not tired. Energy is moving. Because just by talking about this, I can feel the joy. Oh my gosh, there's so much joy right now. Euphoria. The giggling, the sounds of Mama Earth, the songs of Mama Earth. Like I can hear the giggles of just by talking about this, of how, because of how I set this container as we gather, like coming into this together, ladies. That those thoughts, the recognition of them, they're already being lifted up out of us. They're getting transmuted and they're burning away. I can see the fires, the flames of transformation. It's like it came to us. I didn't even have to specifically call it in. It's just showing up, helping us. There's so much gratitude right now flowing through me. And it's just not the gratitude that's here. It's the gratitude of all these beings that are here. That is the gratitude of Mama Earth saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for talking about this, for bringing this forth, for sharing this with all you lovely, 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 amazing women. To recognize that, to say, wow, I'm doing that, and I don't even know I'm doing that. Or, yes, I've been there. Yes, oh gosh, I'm catching myself right now in this moment. Bring it in here. Be present. It's not that you have to say, you can even say yes within you. Whether or not you type it on the text chat, I can hear it, I can feel it, I can see it, sense it. It's getting burned up for us. It's getting burned up for us just by being present with that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up today. Because I was even asking, do I need to do a clearing on that I'm not good enough? And it just didn't feel right. It didn't. And then all of a sudden, things just came forth and started dropping in. So right now, in this energy, and whether you're here present, like live right now, or you're listening to the replay, allow yourself to be in this energy. Allow yourself to be in this sacred container. If you want to imagine like a bonfire in front of you. Wow. If you want to imagine a bonfire in front of you, like that's how this is, it's just burning up all those. Those of you that can feel energy, that can resonate, like can you feel this? Let me know. I really am curious. Can you feel this energy, this sacredness that is happening right now? Can you feel this? Can you sense this? I really want to know that. I want to know whether or not it's just me that's feeling this. I want to know if you can feel this too. Of all this sacred purity, this sacred true health we have, women. Believe in that. Trust in that. We are so sometimes it's overwhelming when you really realize. Oh, not overwhelming. What's a different word? Can take my breath away. Like these tears, they're tears of pure joy, pure realization of being reminded of how much help, how much real care, pure care we have around us and within us. Around us. Yes, thank you. All encompassing. Thank you, Alicia. Well, this is unexpected today. Delightfully unexpected. I can even see the dancing of the flames of this transformational fire that's here with us, that is burning up those I'm not good enough, burning up those justifications, burning up all those thoughts that take us into that downward spiral. I can feel this ocean of gratitude just pouring forth that we can literally swim in. Do flips in like the dolphins do, like the whales come up and just spout. This sacred container, it's here for you. Yes, yes, yes. What are the thoughts that are in your head? Just imagine yourself, if they're not, those thoughts are not making you feel powerful and whole. If they're taking you down, put them into this container. I know some people would say, oh, but if I put this in the container, then will it affect the other persons that are in this container? No, it won't. You can trust in that. And as they burn away, they're being transmuted. They're being transmuted back into original divine love, into purity. They don't want to be with you. These thoughts that keep you stuck, that keep you down, that take you into the spiral, downward spiral, they want to be set free. They want to be set free. The guilt and the shame that comes along with those thoughts, the holding down of desires to be set free too. We weren't made to be full of guilt and shame. Those are other constructs, other programs. Before time was time, our original seed of creation, we were pure. And we can get back there to that pure state of who we once were. I know that. I know that I know that. I trust that. So all this stuff within you that keeps you from being your absolute most radiant, pure self. It's time, ladies. It's time to start digging, to start uncovering, to start unearthing all those things that keep you from your glow, from that consistent glow of who you are. I'm here for you. I believe in you. I believe in you so much. And that's what I needed. There's emotion again. That's what I literally needed when I was in those downward spirals, where I was in such a spiral. In 58, gosh, I keep feeling like, really, I'm 58. Are you kidding me? 18 years ago, when I was in such a downward spiral, it took my voice. I no longer had a voice. I was so distraught, didn't even know it. I was in a world of unknown, beyond depression. And one night I went to bed and I knew, I felt this. If I fell asleep that night, I was not going to wake up the next morning because my soul was starting to leave my body, was starting to leave. It's a whole nother story for another time of, yeah, you see, that didn't happen. and I didn't know what was happening. But because of that moment in my life, that has set me on fire to help. There will be no woman that ever goes through that. There will be no woman that is left behind. I don't even know why I use those words. There will be no woman. If she knows me and knows who I am, I will help you however I can. Yet it is your response. You have to reach out. You have to reach out. I encourage you. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's someone, like, I don't really. Ladies, you have. I don't even. Okay, I'm just going with this. You are wanted. You are wanted in this world. Whether you believe that or not. This is one of the main reasons why I do the work I do. Wow. I never want another woman, wow, to go through what I've gone through. This is why I do the work I do, to help facilitate and make those shifts happen to where you are whole and solid. And a lot of this is because fragmented souls, because there are so many, like our soul has fragmented so many times over and over and over, and those pieces. That's why I do the work I do, helping you to heal, helping your soul to heal, helping your spirit to come more alive in you. There is no way I'm going to let any woman fade away to the point of no return if I can. If it's her will. If it's her to the point of death. The pain and the terror and the sorrow I felt 18 years ago, that's part of the reason. That's a lot of the reason I do what I do, the work I do. And I know I can help you. I know that I know that I know I can help facilitate change and make shift happen to bring you back up, to expand your awareness, to help you to feel alive again, to help you experience euphoria. Yes, darlings, you are worth it. You are worthy of it, and it can happen. You deserve it. You deserve the absolute best. I don't care what you've ever thought. I don't care what you've ever done. I don't care what you've ever said. I love you. I love you. I believe in you. And ladies, I've got your back. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for joining today. Because of you being here, help this to go into an area I was not expecting at all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have your back, women. You just got to reach out. This is something we're doing over in the Emerald Compass Sacred Sisterhood. Yeah, this was powerful, wasn't it? I love you. You have a great rest of the day. And know that there is always somebody here for you. And her name is Tammy Lee. Yes.